Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nick Lalwani here, owner and founder of Create by Influence. Hope you like the new shirts. We just got them in. I am coming to you with a new video on a new topic I want to brush on. Like I said, I'm going to give you weekly content. I want to keep you informed on some of the latest digital trends with branding, digital marketing, web design. We'll get into mobile applications soon, later in February. But today I want to touch base with why your brand or why new businesses will fail without branding in 2020. And this is an important subject I want to discuss with you real quick because it's really starting to boil down to what business has the better branding. It's like if you're going to start a new business and you're already in a market where it's very saturated, we're running out of winning products for to say, like a lot of different stores are coming out, trying to push CBD, different products with drop shipping. A lot of people are trying to, still drop ship clothing blinds, clothing brands, a lot of things in the fitness industry. There's so many different things that other companies are trying to come out with to further, build a business out of it. But, it all boils down to your branding. Are you the law of attraction? Is your brand attracting your target audience? That all boils down to your marketing, but without branding, you can't have great marketing. So I want to tell you about how we focus on these essentials to help build companies from the ground up online, focusing on branding and focusing on digital marketing, but there's different phases of it. We got to, start with one phase in order to start a new phase. So let's get into it, guys. So this past week, I had the pleasure of taking on a new client, a young gentleman based in New Jersey. Him and his godfather are trying to start a drop shipping clothing brand. And well, after doing an assessment and an initial audit of their website and seeing, what they currently have to work with, with social media, I kind of wanted to see what they're doing, how much money the store is generating online, and if it's profitable, what the idea is, what the niche is, who they're trying to target, and after I did my initial audit, the first thing I noticed when I went on the website was there was no branding. You go on the website, you see the clothing, the designs they're trying to sell, but you don't necessarily see the branding behind the name of the store, which is called Street Light Era. And, after talking to the client and realizing, there's so much potential in the name that they chose, because there actually is a lot of meaning behind it and depth. He basically wants to create a brand that revolves around everything that has happened since the traffic light era. So it kind of appeals to the new generation of millennials who are on platforms like TikTok. Basically, we came up with the idea like, listen, man, you want to market this clothing store and you want to sell your own products, but you need to brand those products and you have to make people connect to your brand before they can even want to show interest in buying your product. What makes your product any different from any other drop shipper? The thing is, if you don't have branding, you're not going to separate yourself from anybody else. Everybody out there, you got another million other people out there who are trying to start clothing lines who, aren't putting in the real effort in their branding. Okay, so I told this kid Lewis, listen, man, if you want to build a brand and actually do something with this streetlight era design, clothing brand, this idea that you have, we need to attack this in a way that's going to really draw attention and really attract your audience and make you much bigger than just a clothing brand, which is why I basically pulled up a whole thing of logos of some of the biggest companies that have dropped clothing brands, in the last 10 years. And I basically was like, here, Lewis, this is the quality, this is the level, this is the direction you need to go if you want to make the streetlight era pop off on the internet. Hugo, some of these brands are not really relatable to his niche. We got Huff, Supra, the Hundreds, the type of brand he has. We could easily see that in a Zoomy store, in the next few years if he really goes hard and pushes it. And we're going to stand behind him and obviously help him get to that point. But bottom line is what I'm saying is, if you're going to build a brand, you need to do it right. Building a business without branding is like building a business without giving two shits about how it looks and how it's perceived. And that's kind of scary. It's scary to think that anybody would want to start a business and not put effort into how it's perceived and how the public image of your business is portrayed and how the consumers digest what you put out. It's like marketing something, without knowing what you're marketing. When you focus on your branding, you're really focusing on the story, the image, the outlook, how people want to perceive your business, in so many words. Are you trustworthy? Are you respectable? Do your services appeal to a certain population? And if so, how do you drive value to that consumer? What makes your business special from anybody else who might be doing the same thing, in their own realm? Which is why if you don't have good branding and you're not really focusing on that, you're really missing out on the whole concept of what it's like to build a successful business. So I just got myself thinking about how people will pay for cheap logo design, but if you give them a price that is just out of the norm for them, or just say someone wants a logo design for $100 on Fiverr, and or $50, you can get $5 logos somewhere on the internet. But when you pay for a cheap logo and you're using this logo for your business, how does that make you feel as a business owner? Like, do you when I think about building a business, I think about how I value myself as a person, and the energy that I put into my own self, I'm obviously going to put into my business because that's a byproduct of me. So whatever I'm putting out there, my own values, my own standards, my own integrity is incorporated into that product, because everything I do in life, I do it with heart and passion, because I'm very dedicated to my craft. With that said, when you build a business, I would assume you are going to plan it out and you're going to put every ounce of perfection and quality you can to build that thing up from the bottom, all the way to the top. So that leads me to ask, what drives someone to want to pay such cheap prices when it comes to graphics or logos that represent their business? I've had a few people I had to turn down, or they turned me down simply because they didn't want to pay more than $300 for a logo design. They're like, I can go on Fiverr and get that way cheaper. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. At the end of the day, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but I want to let you know in this video, if you're one of those people or simply someone that has thought about getting a logo for their business but didn't want to spend very little for it. The reason a company like mine charges what we charge, and we charge nowhere near the prices that some of the best designers in the world charge, for big Fortune 500 brands, because we're nowhere near that level yet, but we're going in that direction. You got that right. We're going that direction. But the reason we charge the prices we charge is because I think people have to understand the amount of dedication, creativity, and vision and our process that goes into creating a logo. Most of our logos are going to be either minimalist or abstract or hand-drawn. And the thing I love about doing hand-drawn logos is they are handcrafted. We're talking about taking concepts on a piece of paper, drawing them from scratch, showing them to the client. If they like the logo, we bring it to life. We bring it into a vector format. We redraw it, we render it, and it becomes a beautiful finished product. Now, the process of doing that is very thorough. We're talking about super talented artists that are drawing logos. You see the best brands in the world. You think they paid $5 for that logo? No. You got people that are drafting up a whole branding identity for businesses, starting with the font type of their business, the direction of the color, the direction of the slogan development. We're talking about crafting something from scratch. You're paying us to bring the innovativeness and the creativity to how we can portray your brand in the best quality logo possible, which is why I'm going to put you through, my shit's blowing up, but I'm going to put you through our logo process with our very talented designer, Crystal. She actually sent me a process of a recent logo design we did for Streetlight Era, and I just want you to see how it starts and how it finishes. And then you'll see why we charge what we charge, which I don't think is a very hefty fee for what you're getting in return. Check it out.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. Shorty, what you want? I got what you want. I got shorty, what you want? I got what you want. I got what you want. I got what you want. I got nothing can stop me, I'm all the way.
Thank you for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I can't wait to share more videos with you. Have a great day.